Welcome back to another video. We will be looking at Bitcoin, and we have finally seen the break of the trend line that we have drawn out over the past couple of days, and we could possibly be seeing a retest of it right now and a retest of channels. So let's go look at it at the charts. Okay, so here we can see that we finally got the break as we had said, as we anticipated over the last couple of days. When we were over here is when I was making videos, and then I said once over here we entered sales, and then here we finally got the full break after this candle, and then I sent out the next signal a few videos ago. I told you guys we are now getting the retest. Bitcoin is going to start selling off, and it went from 59,000 almost to 56,000, about almost to reach it. Around $3,000 it has dropped. So far we are still good in the signals. What we can possibly see being playing out right now is this over here. We see a really nice wick off, and then bullish, followed by two bullish candles. This one is still in play. We can see possibly a retest of the channel, and then from there to continue the downtrend this coming week. But something that I do want us to be paying attention to is this over here. Let me take out my draw tool. We see major support over here, and we could extend it more, but we could see that when Bitcoin comes to reach this range around 57,000 to 58,000, the 58,000 range is really, it's a really good support. We could see here we have a lot of wick offs, and then we see the same thing playing out right now. So until, if you guys have not entered trades, or if you guys are just waiting to see what is going to happen with Bitcoin, if once we see a complete breakout of this channel, of this zone that we have drawn out over here, then we could see Bitcoin finally heading more towards the down direction, maybe heading towards 56,000, testing that level, or maybe all the way to 54,000. Why to 54,000, or maybe to 52,000 if we look at the other chart over here. This chart, to remind you guys, is a major channel that we have drawn out on the daily chart. And we can see that it is a really respectable channel because it respects every single touch over here in the bottom, and even in the midway points. It becomes a really important price, especially these past weeks. These past 2 weeks that have been playing out for Bitcoin, this midway point has played a major role as resistance, and then finally broke resistance, and it couldn't hold as support, but we did get the break back under. We got a nice retest over here to continue the trend lower. So again, Bitcoin is still bearish. I am still bearish. We could see Bitcoin, if it comes to test the channel, just how it has all these times, that we could see it come over here maybe towards 52,000, and if it takes a while, we could see it or if it goes even faster, it goes to 53,000, and from there we could finally start seeing Bitcoin start heading towards the upwards direction, hopefully breaking all these resistances to see Bitcoin head towards the $100,000 level. But for the meantime, we have to be realistic, and we have to base ourselves off technical analysis. So we see this trend line being broken, so it's a really good sign to start entering sales. And then we have more resistance, so there's a lot of reasons why there's reason to sell. First, we have break of structure. Second, we are in a downtrend with lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. I'm sorry, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and we could possibly be making lower lows. Until structure is broken, then we could start looking to enter buys. But as long as we are still in the downtrend, we have to be looking for sells. And if we keep looking for sells, we have to go with the trend, not against the trend. That's the way I trade. That's the best way I believe everyone should trade. Follow the trend, not against it, and not try to find the reversal points. Because yes, Bitcoin can reverse from here all of a sudden and just break over here, but we shouldn't be trying to catch that. The right move would be to wait till we get a break of structure, which would be here the midway point, and then after that we could see a nice retest. And once we see those opportunities, then that's when we could start entering buys and start looking Bitcoin and start changing our bias. But for the meantime, it has to be bearish, because this is what the chart is showing, and we have to show what it is. Technically and fundamentally, Bitcoin right now is bearish. So if you guys have any questions, you guys see anything different, or maybe have other stuff that you guys are seeing that I'm not, leave it down in the comments and I will look over them. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I also wanted to show you guys, I've been doing videos on NVIDIA. I just want to look at it a little bit. Also on NOS. Something that really important that I'm seeing on NOS is that we see the candlestick pattern that I always talk about, the big bearish followed by two bullish candles that can reverse and continue the trend lower, but that's something else, and it ties in with NVIDIA. That's why I wanted to show you guys that one. Here we can see NVIDIA has actually found support. It's been respecting the support. So for the meantime, we can see, I'm pretty sure NVIDIA will begin to consolidate around this area because it cannot break it. If we go to lower time frames, we go to the 4 hour, we can see here on the video around on Friday, I believe, or Thursday, I took out a video of NVIDIA and what I can see happening for NVIDIA. For right now, I think it's going to consolidate. It could start pushing up, but like I said, we should start looking on a bearish because we start seeing lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, a lower low, a lower high. So we could start maybe seeing a lower low being formed. But until we get the break of this midway point, then is when we can begin to enter sales. A break and a retest of it of some sort. But for the meantime, we don't see anything, so I believe it can consolidate, or it could start pushing up. But if we have this trend line drawn out right here, sorry, let me draw a trend line. If we draw out that trend line over here, we can see it wouldn't be bad to enter sales once we break this trend line towards the downside, and then even more with even more confidence if it breaks under this channel. But for the meantime, we could start trapping the market. This is what I like to do, trapping the market using trend lines. So if we get a break of this trend line over, then we could start looking for buys, because that would mean NVIDIA starting to push up and break structure, like I said in my other video. But other things we could see here is a major resistance over here. So it would have to break over this as well. So and it follows with the trend line. So if we end up seeing the break of the trend line and the break of this major resistance, we get a retest of it, then yes, it is really possible that we can see NVIDIA start heading towards higher levels, maybe even break new all-time highs. But for the meantime, that's not the case. So like I said, with Bitcoin, we can't try to guess that, or we can't try to guess a reversal happening right now. We have to listen with what the technical analysis is showing us, and this is what it's showing us right now. For example, I want to give you guys an example. If we were to buy, it would not be bad. Why? Because we see that this has been holding up as support over here. Let's say we were to take a buy. Our stop loss would have to be at the break of that midway point, and at the break of the trend line that we have drawn out right there. So it would be around over here. If it does that, I'm okay with it. It's what is that? $2, a $2 stop loss. Obviously, it wouldn't be actually $2, but just in the price of NVIDIA stock, that's what the stop loss would be. So again, it would not be bad, but the sentiment for NVIDIA is bearish. I'm sorry, is bearish. But if you guys decide to buy, you guys think are bullish, I can see why. I can see why you guys are bullish with NVIDIA. But like I said, we just see a lot of structure being broken. We see over here a lot of rejection, and here we were in an uptrend. You guys can see higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and we kept making higher highs. And now you guys can argue for this being a higher low to create more higher highs. So it wouldn't be bad to enter buys as well. But if we look on the broader picture, we are in a bearish market. Although NVIDIA is in all-time highs, I know it might sound weird hearing that, but just based on technical analysis, we can see that NVIDIA is in a downtrend in major, in more higher time frames, which is what I try to trade the most. But as long as we don't get the break of this midway point, we don't get the break of this trend line, NVIDIA is bullish. And with that being said, I want to leave you guys with that. And if you guys have any comments, you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave down in the comments any questions you guys have. And don't forget to share this video as well.